Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS, Prelims Cum Mains, PCM course, provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE prelims, mains, and interview systematically. As a limited period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
So food price index is actually released by, the organization that is the Food and Agricultural Organization, which is actually a part of United Nations. So this is actually a part of United Nations. It's a specialized agency of United Nations. So we call it a specialized agency of United Nations, that is Food and Agricultural Organization. So the Food and Agricultural Organization publishes the report that is called as the index, that is called as the Food Price Index. So let's go into the topic. What was the news recently? They published the report, and why was the report famous for? The report actually said that the World Food Price Index eases slightly. That is, it actually had around 1.1% decrease from the 2023 September levels. Sometimes last year also they released somewhere in the September some kind of level. So they are saying that from the last year, definitely the food prices have come down. So it is a good news. That is the point. Now, the point is, the other thing is that even if we say if it is a good news, there is a slight tricky part in it. Why? Because it was actually in 2022 March, what happened? The Russia actually tried to started invading Ukraine. So when the Russia-Ukraine conflict actually started up, that was the time in which the food prices were actually one of the highest level. So it was very high because everybody was actually frightened. What will happen to the food stocks? With the Ukraine will not be supplying food to the other parts of the world. Russia will also not supply food also, the food grains, the wheat, etc. So they were all frightened. So all the food prices actually went up during March 2022. So compared to that level, we can say that the food prices index have come down very sharply. So if you draw the graph, it is something like this. So we are somewhere like this. It does not mean that we are really low. It means that we are actually come down from that 2022 level. So that impact is definitely visible. That is the point. So we can say that it is a benchmark level. It's a, the global world leaders actually try to analyze the particular index to analyze how the food prices are actually, changing. That is the point. And then we can also say that the food, we can also mention about the brief history of this particular index also. We have to say that one thing we discussed, it actually declined marginally. Second thing, when was this particular thing established? It was actually established by, the index was actually established by the FAO in 1996. So I don't think UPSC will ask you in the prelims as well as the mains what date, which year they actually started it. But this is for your own information. Then we have to also see that this is actually the logo of FAO, that is the Food and Agricultural Organization. And you must be seeing this particular word, that is fiat panis. It is actually a Latin word. This particular word itself means that let there be bread. That is the meaning of the word. That let there be bread. That is, everyone should have food. That is the aim and that is the motto of the particular organization. So that is actually specialized agency of United Nations. So make sure that go to Wikipedia, just search the United Nations structure or the specialized agencies of United Nations. There will be somewhere like 15 agencies like that. So just go through that, which are the specialized agencies of United Nations. Like, for example, UNICEF, for example, UNESCO, FAO, WHO, that is the World Health Organization. Just like that, there are 15 of them, but there will be some confusions regarding that. For example, WTO, if it is World Tourist Organization or World, Trade Organization, there will be confusion. And there are definitely certain other important organizations, for example, the ICC, that is International Criminal Court. It is actually not a specialist agency of United Nations. There are such agencies like Interpol, which is not an agency. So make sure that you understand, you list out the 15 specialized agencies of United Nations. So coming back to this particular index, how it is actually being taken, how it is measured, they take the global agricultural commodity market. They take a lot of commodities. We can say that 5 commodities are actually there. and it's a basket of 5 commodities. And what they will do, they just analyze how the price is actually getting fluctuating of this particular 5 commodities. So that is the way in which they actually analyze if the food prices are going up or down. So which are the 5 commodities? That is an important thing. So this particular basket, that is a particular basket, all the commodities are there. They try to take the total average of the 5 commodities together every month. So if they see if it is rising, if it is falling, they'll understand. So these are the 5 commodities: dairy products, cereals, vegetable oil, sugar, and meat. So I'm not trying to say that you should remember exactly what are the 5 commodities, etc. Not like that, but just keep an eye on the most important, or the just regular things. For example, if the Ukraine-Russia conflict actually happened, what would have been gone up? For example, the cereals. It is actually a very huge ground of cereal market. The wheat, the oats, all the different kinds of cereals actually cultivate there. So it is one reason the if the Russian conflict is there, cereal prices would have definitely gone up in 2022. That is a point. And then also the dairy products also. There are definitely grasslands in which some of the cattle also there. So there are certain things which are getting affected because of the conflict. And when the conflict is actually now getting stabilized, we cannot say that it is decreasing, but it is almost getting stabilized. Everyone is actually getting used to. And even if there is a conflict going on, the other countries of the world are trying to manage on their own with finding another partners. So everything is getting stabilized now. So because of that stabilization, everything is the food price index is coming down. That is the story of this particular topic. I hope you understood.